My brother destroyed the dress that my aunt gave me for prom, so I sold his laptop and kept the money. My brother was born when I was 2, and my parents treated him like he was made of glass. My mom was actually told that she could never conceive after she had me, so when she got pregnant again, everyone called it a miracle child, and they made sure to spoil him after he was born. I was told to not go near him because I could hurt him. They went on a vacation to Bali with my brother but left me with my grandparents, even though I begged them to take me along. On my 10th birthday, all I wanted was to go to the playground for a while and enjoy myself, but they decided that it was more important to go and buy new clothes for their other child. As my brother grew up, he realized that he could ask for literally anything and my parents would never say no. He would ask to play with my toys, and suddenly they would become his forever. Because I always spoke up about how unfair my parents were treating us, he took offense to that. He would break things around the house like a flower pot or a beer glass, and then blame it on me. And of course my parents had to take his side. In fact, they even asked him how he wanted me to be punished, to which he would say, grounded for a whole week. Since he did that so often, my parents considered me a problem child and refused to celebrate my birthdays. When I was 13, I asked them why they treated us so differently, and their reply was, "Your brother was a gift from God. And looking at how much trouble you have been causing recently, we are glad we have another child to rely on for the future." I was so distraught over my parents not loving me that I cried myself to sleep that night. I was even bullied at school because I didn't have any stuff while my brother had all the new gadgets. But I didn't fall into depression, and instead decided to prove to them that I'm not a useless daughter. I started working really hard at school, and would sacrifice hanging out with my friends so I could get the best grades possible. But the one thing that I didn't want to sacrifice was my prom. I had been asked to go by my boyfriend, and it was going to be the one thing that would wash off my loneliness. I talked to everyone about it, and that was my mistake. A few days before my prom date, our parents punished him for the first time because they caught him underage drinking. He was grounded and was really mad that he wasn't being forgiven, and when he saw how happy I was, it lit a fire of jealousy inside him that he would use to destroy my happiness. My aunt had given me a wonderful dress, and I was excited to wear it. But on the day of the prom, I went to check in my closet and saw horror. That dress, along with all my other dresses, was torn into pieces. Someone had sneaked in and destroyed everything I could wear to go to the prom. I knew it was my brother, and I confronted him, but he denied everything, and claimed that he was grounded so he couldn't leave his room. Then I went to my parents, thinking they had changed after they punished him and would see what he had done. But they backed his story, and told me that I shouldn't accuse anyone without any proof. I ran to my room and cried, because there was nothing I could do as prom was just a few hours away. I called my boyfriend and told him what happened. He said that it was fine and we could have a date another time, but I could tell that he was angry. I didn't just want to stay quiet after that and let my brother get away with it. I knew that he did this on purpose because I talked about my prom, and I was going to get payback. On Sunday, his punishment was finally over and he went out with his friends to celebrate. I snuck into his room and started looking for something I could take. When I saw his laptop, I knew it was the perfect instrument immediately. I stole it and took it to the store, where I sold it for a decent amount. Since it was the latest model, my parents still haven't bought me a laptop by the way, so this was just leveling the playing field in a way. I kept the money and was never going to admit doing it. But never did I imagine that my brother wasn't done playing dirty. He went to our parents and told them that I had gotten pregnant, and then got an abortion in the same week. Of course, it was all a lie, but it didn't matter to them. They told me to my face that I would have to leave their house the second I turned 18. You know, despite everything they did, I still want their approval and recognition. So when they said that to me, I was distraught and couldn't sleep for an entire week. I started saving money to move out, and told my boyfriend. Remember when I said he was definitely angry? Well, apparently I was wrong. He offered to move in with me into whatever apartment I chose and offered to handle 3/4 of the rent by himself, as well as pay my deposit for me. I don't know what I did to deserve such a man, but I couldn't be happier. I'm accepting his offer and we are already looking for a place together. My brother is parading around the house like he just won because our parents bought him a new laptop. But what he doesn't know is that before I leave, I am going to destroy everything he owns, and then I'll run away to a place where they can't reach.